I'm Roger Magulis here at Strata 2018 in New York City, and I'm here with Dhritiman Dasgupta, who is the VP of Data Center Marketing for Cisco. Welcome.
Right. Thanks, Roger.
So you gave a keynote today on AI, ML, and IoT, and how that will destroy the data center in the cloud, just not in the way you think. Maybe you could elaborate a little on what that means.
Sure thing. So first off, it was intentionally a provocative title so that I could get butts in seats, and then kind of when I had the butts in seats, just to wake them up. Data centers are not going away. Cloud is not going away. IoT is here to stay. The thing is, what these data centers do, the expectation from the data center, that is changing. Where compute is happening, where learning is happening, the new sources of data, that's changing. So it's a complete rethink of the underlying infrastructure that needs to support these new applications and the explosion of data. That's basically what the talk was all about.
Okay, so it sounds like a more holistic approach, which kind of brings up the edge. And actually, I know before this talk we were talking a little bit about the edge. As things move around, I mean, what do you think the implications are, and why is this happening?
Yeah, so the edge is here. It's happening, right? And what's interesting about the edge is the data. I mean, an average camera is collecting something like 300 gigabits of data per second, right? I mean, you put these all around a car, you got 18 of these. You think about a sensor in an oil rig in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I mean, that's collecting tons of data. And so the edge is happening. I mean, the edge has always been there. But the interesting thing is the data. And this data can now be used in much more meaningful ways thanks to all of the data scientists here at this show, new applications that are more machine learning enabled, deep learning enabled. That's basically the big change. And so it's the ability of our customers to be able to capture the data, curate it, process it, and use it for insights in real time. That's what this whole edge discussion is all about.
Okay. Now you brought up deep learning, and apparently Cisco has a new product announced at this very show that addresses deep learning.
Yeah.
We can describe it some.
Absolutely. So it's a new server that we just brought out into the market. We announced it just earlier this week. It's called the UCS 480 ML, ML for machine learning and deep learning workloads. So the thing is, what these new workloads, these new algorithms are doing is you need some very heavy-duty data crunching. And so we've partnered with NVIDIA, and we've got NVIDIA chipsets inside this new server. And the difference between us and, I would say, every other vendor who's going to bend sheet metal around these chipsets is the way in how we manage these boxes, right? Because you're never going to have one box. You're going to have multiples of these, and you're going to have multiple data centers, and you'll need it for big workloads, small workloads, and so that's the new server. Super excited about it. It's on the show floor. Encouraging everybody to go take a look. I think it's going to win a few awards in this show.
Great. Now I'm just curious, with that kind of machine, are you doing anything special beyond the NVIDIA? Are you providing any kind of application layer or TensorFlow, PyTorch?
We have partnered with all those names that you just mentioned, and that's another advantage of servers from Cisco, because it's one thing to just build a server and then just tell a customer go figure out what you want to do with it. It's another thing to partner, to come up with validated design guides tested with real life real world workloads, which is what we've done. So we've partnered with PyTorch and Google and Anaconda. And then also some of our traditional partners from the big data world, like Cloudera, like Hortonworks. So we've partnered with all of these folks as we've brought this technology into the market.
That's great. Is there anything else you're doing to help kind of facilitate the data scientists to work better at it? It sounds like you've already done a lot.
We have. I mean, look, I'm in marketing, okay? And turns out I have a huge population of data scientists in my organization, because it's all about, in marketing, you're tracking leads, you're seeing who goes to which show, and do they go back home and read the white paper. So it's a lot of data collection. So I think it's super exciting that, how data scientists and machine learning and deep learning is turning, even an industry like marketing on its head. So yeah, we're sort of eating our own dog food from that perspective, right? So we're creating all of this data, but also using a lot of this data at Cisco in marketing.
That's
in
great.
Other places, yeah.
Well, hope you have a great show here.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Same here. Thanks, Roger.